Okay, so we're going to be doing a color removal service now. So I'm guiding my client to the basin, just giving the chair a little wipe down and making sure everything's clean and tidy. Then I'm going to make sure I grab all of her hair and make sure she's in the basin nice and comfortably. Now, for removing any chemicals from somebody's hair, I think it's a good idea to have gloves on while you're dealing with this. This will stop you from getting dermatitis or allergic reactions. So I'm making sure that she's nice and comfortable and her legs are up and I've got all of her hair in the basin. So I'm just going to pop a towel in front of her and then I will use that at the end of the service. Now I'm just going to check my water temperature. I do have gloves on, so it can be a little bit tricky. So I'm just making sure that I've got it on, and then I'm just going to ask my client for confirmation. So she gives me a nod here to say that it's good. And so then I'm going to continue on just wetting the rest of the head and making sure I'm covering all areas. So I just want to give it a light wet down, and then I'm going to start emulsifying. So this is where you're actually rubbing the color onto the scalp. So color on color will remove the color off the skin. We call this emulsifying. I'm doing this and paying careful attention around the hairline because you don't want to have a lot of staining around here. If you didn't do this, you could end up with a really strong stain line around that hairline. I am using a disposable clean towel to wipe that off just to make sure that I've done a good job. You could use cotton wool or paper towel if you had that. Then I'm just going to wet down the rest of the head, and then I'm going to give it a good emulsification all over. This way to lift any color off the scalp. I won't have any staining, and it'll just make it easier for me to rinse this product out. Now I'm just rinsing. So this is really important. You want to make sure that you're removing all the color. You don't want to leave any color on the scalp. It can lead to allergies, oxidization, all of those things. So you want to make sure that you're getting rid of everything. So if you were dealing with hair that was lighter, you could probably see it a little bit easier. Because I'm dealing with darker hair and a darker basin, I'm just making sure that I'm looking for the water to run clear. So I'm making sure that I'm following all areas of the head, in behind the ears, and especially around the nape area to make sure that I've removed all of that. The nape tends to be the area where color is left, so it's a good idea to always double check that area. Once I feel like I've removed all the color, I'm going to take my gloves off and then I'm going to move on to my shampoo. We're using the Color Shampoo and Conditioner range from Eva Professional, as our hair is colored, and this product has no sulfates, so it won't react and we won't have any dramas with allergies. So I'm just putting one pump of shampoo on, and then I'm emulsifying that all through the head, and then I'm going to use my Petrissage technique and I'm going to give a good shampoo. Working all around the hairline, in behind the ears and the nape and around the crown. I'm making sure to be quite firm and covering all areas. That way I haven't left any color in the hair. So then I'm going to rinse it out really well, making sure that I've removed all residual product. Just careful not to wet my client and cupping the ears and not having the water spout too far forward. Cool. And so now I'm going to just squeeze out a little bit of the excess product and I'm going to do a second shampoo. Second shampoo will just ensure that everything is removed and it will allow the key ingredients of the shampoo to do its job. So it'll stop the color from continuing to process, and it will also add shine and some color enhancer products to the hair. So again, with my Petrissage technique, just rubbing it all over through the scalp and making sure that I'm running the shampoo down into the hair as well. I'm getting a good foam on so you can see that the hair's nice and clean. I won't have to do a third shampoo. Then I'm making sure I'm rinsing everything again before I go in with my conditioning service. So I just lift the head up and I make sure I get that nape area and just make sure there's no suds or colour products still left there. Squeezing out the excess moisture, and then I'm going to just towel dry the hair just lightly because I'm going to do a colour saver treatment. This is a wonderful product. It'll just keep the hair nice and soft. It'll also lock that colour in. So I'm applying this to the hair first, dragging it down the mid-lengths and ends, and then I'm going to do a nice massage. I am going to grab my basin comb and give it a comb through first. That way I'm not dragging my fingers through any knots. And you can see how lovely our hair is. It just combs free. Then I'm going to go into my Petrissage Massage and just give a really lovely scalp massage. This you should take your time with. You should really deepen into that massage. You shouldn't be talking to your client at this stage. This is the best part of the service. So making sure I'm covering all areas of the head. Once I've completed my massage, I'm just giving it a light comb through, and then I'm going to rinse out my product really well. Making sure that I've removed all my products, so I'm ensuring that the hair's not slimy, it's not oily, and I'm not leaving any excess product around. So this is where you want to make sure that nothing is left in the hair and you're not rinsing and having foamy bubbles. So you're looking for clean water. Once that's done, I'm just removing the excess product and squeezing it down, and then I'm going to use my towel and towel dry the hair. I always just jump in the ears and make sure I haven't left any water, and I'm giving it a good squeeze. Okay, so then I'm going to lift my client's head up and I just check around the neck, make sure I've gotten rid of everything, and then I'm just going to do a little head wrap. That way our hair's not dripping down our back and it looks nice and neat. So I'm just folding the towel from one side to the other and then just tucking it in. I am dealing with longer hair and it does hang down past the towel, so I'm just going to twist it in and then I'm just going to secure it with a little clip. Because we had a colour service today, I'm going to remove our gown that we were wearing just to make sure that it's nice and clean. So I'm going to remove that one, put that in the wash, and I will get a fresh one for our blow dry service. So once that's done, I'm going to guide my client back to the chair and get her ready for her blow dry service. So I'm pulling the chair out and just letting her know it won't be too long.